Okay, so coming for APS, how do we calculate? That is nothing but APS is equal to S by Y. So how this is our S column and this is our Y column. So how are you going to do it? So the first one, because it's 0, we don't consider it. Coming for the next one, it is minus 10 divided by 50. So it will be minus 0.2. So coming for the last one, if you see, it will be what? 20 divided by 200. So that will be 0.1. So if you see your APS, it is continuously increasing. Why? The reason is because as your income is going to increase, you are going to save. Yes, ma. Now coming for your marginal propensity to save. Yes, so what is marginal propensity to save? That is nothing but what? Change in your savings by change in your income. Okay, so if you are going to, so here also we don't consider because it's of a 0. So take this for example. So what will be your delta S? It will be minus 10. Yes or no? Minus 10 minus of 20, because here you are having minus 20, right? Okay, so minus 10 minus of minus 20 divided by 50 minus 0. So how much it will be? 0.2. Okay, yes, now come here. How what it will be? 0 minus of 10, okay, divided by 100 minus 50. So it is 0.2. Okay, yes, so in the same way for here also, what it will be over here? 20 minus 10 divided by 200 minus 150. Yes, ma. So it will be equal to what? 0.1. Sorry, it will be 0.2. Okay, yes. So basically if you see, your MPS is always the same. Okay, so because your MPS is same, your saving line is also same and it's not up and down. Okay, yes, the reason is as you are going to increase your income, the rate of your saving will also be in the same manner. So that's the reason your savings line is is going to increase upwards and your MPS is also the same. Okay, that is what we already learned, right? As your income is going to increase, your consumption increases but not at the same speed. But here as your income is going to increase, your saving will also increase at the same level. Okay, now coming for the saving function algebraically, if we want to see how we are going to find out this, we can derive this saving function from the consumption function. Okay, so we already learned this, S is equal to Y minus C. Okay, ma. So where C is nothing but what? Consumption. Okay, so substitute the consumption function in the place of C. Okay, so what it will be? Y minus, open the bracket, C bar plus BY. Yes or no? So if you are going to simplify this, what you are going to get? S is equal to minus C bar plus 1 minus BY. Okay, so the same saving function. So if you want to represent it in the saving, you can do it in this manner. Okay, we already learned. So what is this 1 minus B? 1 minus B is nothing but your MPS, marginal propensity to save. Okay, so what did we learn? Just now before this slide, MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. So MPS is equal to what? 1 minus MPC. Okay, yes, fine. So when you want to represent, you can represent this saving function as, so as minus C bar plus MPS into Y. Okay, or minus C bar plus 1 minus MPC into Y. So in any way you can represent your saving function. Okay, yes, so this is related to the savings function. So the same thing, if you want to use this and find out, substituting this particular elements, we can find out what is the saving function is. Yes, ma. Okay, so this is related to the savings function. Now coming for the next one, if we take into consideration, it will be the investment function. Investment. So you are consuming, you are saving. Yes or no? So from saving whatever we have, we are going to put an investment. I explained you already. So what is this investment function? See, remember one thing. as we were saying for microeconomics, like for everything it was Alfred Marshall. Coming for macroeconomics, whatever you learn in your syllabus, it is always the Keynes is the person who has given this. Yes, ma, J.M. Keynes. So remember this person's name. So what he has said is nothing but the investment, if you are going to, the money if you are going to put in construction of new buildings, or you are going to use them for roads, or you are going to use them for construction of bridges, okay, factories and all those things, what's going to happen, because you are going to create the infrastructure, you are going to be having a productivity out of it. Yes or no? We use these roads for transportation of goods, we use a factory building for manufacturing of the products, okay, bridges for so all these things, what's going to happen, you are going to use them, so you are going to derive certain benefit out of it. So what can be the new benefit? You can have the more of a production, more of goods and services being produced in the economy, you generate more of employment in the economy and everything. Okay, so this is investment function. So coming for the types of investments, we have to, one we call it to be the induced investment, the other one we call it to be the autonomous investment. Induced investment, if the investment is being done with the aim of getting the profit out of it, we call that to be an induced investment. Autonomous investment, it's done irrespective of getting a profit or a loss. It's been like investment is being put for a certain benefit. Okay, so induced investment, if you see, it's usually being done by the private sector. Okay, if you see autonomous investment, it is being done by the government sector, usually to maintain the growth of the economy, to increase the GDP and everything. Usually autonomous investment, always I get this because autonomous investment is being done by the government sector, because to increase the GDP rates and all those things. Okay, when the investment is coming down in the economy, to reboost the economy and all those things, it's being done by the government sector. Here only on a profit motive, so that's the reason it's being done by the private sector. Yes, ma. So induced investment, if you see, it is income elastic. What do you mean by income elastic? If the national income is increasing, okay, so if it is increasing, automatically what's going to happen, the demand of the goods are going to increase. So demand of the goods are going to increase, automatically the investment is going to increase. Yes, but if you see in the autonomous investment, it remains the same at whatever might be the level of the income. Okay, it remains constant. Okay, so that's the based upon this income elastic and income inelastic of induced and autonomous. If you see the graphs of both of them, so induced investment, if you see, it is showing you an upward sloping curve. Yes, ma. Why it is upward sloping curve? As I have just said, just now said you that as your income is going to increase, your investment will be increasing. Here what did we learn? Irrespective of your national income, whatever it might be, investment remains the same. So that's the reason it is horizontal to the x-axis. Here it is going to have a curve which is sloping upwards. Okay, so this is related to the types of investment. Now coming for the determinants of investment. So how do you determine the investment? Two aspects are there. One we call it to be the marginal efficiency of capital. The other one we call it to be the rate of interest. Yes, so what is marginal efficiency of capital? See, just now we have said if your demand is more, you are going to put an investment. Yes, ma. So investment, if you are going to put, that means that that project has to be profitable. Okay, so how you are going to determine that profit is profitable or not? We have one concept, what we call it as capital budgeting. Yes, ma. We calculate the future returns and we find out whether the project is profitable now or not using the present and the future values. Okay, yes, so you can use finding what do you call this IRR method, okay, internal rate of return method, or otherwise using the you have one more method called as NPV, net present value methods and all those things, and we find out if you are going to put an investment, what will be your rate of return on it. Okay, so if your rate of return is more, Okay, if your rate of return is more, then what's going to happen? You're going to accept the proposal. Okay, means you're going to make an investment. Okay, so when your marginal efficiency of capital is equal to the return whatever you're going to get, it is a non-profit basis, yes or no? Okay, how much ever I am investing, if I am going to get the same amount in return after a certain point of time, it is no profit no loss basically. But to be very frank, if we are going to see, it is my major loss. The reason is I am putting my 10 lakh rupees today for example, and I'm getting that 10 lakh rupees after 5 years. It's a loss because that 5 years of my efforts or the 5 years of the interest rate on that particular 10 lakh rupees and everything is an vain. Yes ma. So if your MEC is equal to R also, like this can be like for the government projects, not for the private sector. Okay, yes, and if your MEC is less than your rate of return, then the investments are rejected. Okay, mostly the private sector will be doing the projects only in this particular region. Okay, government can go up to this level. Okay, yes, now coming for the rate of interest. Okay, so this is nothing but the cost of investment. If your rate of interest is high, investment is very expensive. Yes or no? If I am going to get 10 rupees, on that I am going to pay 10 rupees as the interest. Yes ma, high rate of interest is there, so your investment becomes very expensive. Yes or no? If your rate of return is not in the same manner, it will be the most dangerous one. Yes, in the same vice versa also, if your rate of interest is low, yes, then the investment is always better. Okay, it will be less expensive and you are going to have a better return. So if you are going to have your MEC to be greater than R, you can accept that particular project. So rate of interest is nothing but on the investment, how much are we going to pay? Okay, this is how much are we going to get. Okay, so this is related to the determinants of investment.